Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm reviewing the Steelseries Siberia ELITE Prism. Now, these are the kind of the most updated, more recent updated version of the Siberia ELITE, which I reviewed last year or so. Big white marshmallowy headset. In fact, I've got it here and I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, these are kind of the next version up. Steelseries have been refreshing their lineup of headsets, slapping the Prism bit onto the end. But we're going to see if they've actually improved the audio, the mic quality and comfort factor with the ELITE Prism version. Anyway, as customary with my reviews, goodbye box. And here they are. This time Steelseries has sent me over a black edition of the ELITE Prism. Now these are the ELITE, just the ELITEs that they sent me last year. So you can see kind of comparison. Well, obviously one's white, one's black. What is slightly smaller is that the ear cups from the ELITEs aren't as chunky on the ELITE Prism anymore. I'm going to put the ELITEs back down. Obviously you've still got the steel banding around the top. Obviously that Steelseries branding on the top of the headband. That adjustable headband there for when you put it on your head. These are still super comfy, and in fact the comfiest pair of headphones I've ever worn. The ELITEs were previously the comfiest. The ELITE Prism carries on that tradition. It is super comfy. I have no complaints whatsoever with that. I've had this on for hours and hours of gaming and not a single complaint. The material isn't exactly that breathable, so it can get a little bit hot around the ears with these. Cue lovely ear sweat. That's a thought everyone wants to leave with. However, I still love this suspension band design. I think it's really nice. And it's kind of this upgrade from their Siberia V series, and on the ELITEs I think it looks even better. And you do have great comfort. Now, okay, these do make you look like a DJ of some kind. That's absolutely awful. Can't believe I've just done that. But they are very comfy. They do cushion your ears nicely, and because of that, they actually keep a fair bit of the sound around your ears. And rather than kind of last year's ear cups being on top of your ears, these actually fit your ears inside nice and snugly. You can't actually, again, like the ELITEs, you can't really hear much of the outside world when you've got these on. Even if the outside world can hear a little bit of what you're listening to, they do get all the way around your ear and keep it nice and snug and get all the audio going in. Audio quality from the ELITEs, it's improved. It's been improved. It's been boosted a little bit. I would still say the volume, and I said this about the ELITEs in my original review, was actually kind of almost refreshing that actually these guys don't really crank the volume insanely loud at maximum volume, which is of course still controlled through the right ear cup with a dial. So yeah, controlling a big old tyre. But yeah, you control the volume there, and even at maximum volume it's actually not going to blow your brains out, which is nice and refreshing for once, actually, that you don't have a headset that's just blasting loud sound. But it's still loud enough to enjoy all your music, all your gaming stuff that's going on. Obviously on the left hand side, the switch that you have in that ear cup mutes the microphone, which goes white at the tip if it's muted. And again, this is back to the standard Steelseries retractable boom arm that folds back in when you're not using it. Okay, you could actually leave the microphone in there, but it's actually not that sensitive. And it'll be quite quiet when you have it there. I'll be doing a mic test in a moment because, again, apparently the microphone's been improved over the ELITEs, and I'll put that to the test. As many of you know, I'm super crazy about getting microphones, well, going on about microphones in headsets. and there's very few that kind of live up to the standard that I expect. When often I'm confused when I see other reviewers sort of say the microphone was great, it was fine. I'm like, did you listen to it? Clearly not. In the original Elites, the microphone was okay, but it was very tinny, and the only way to really improve that was to actually use the adapter that was given to you. And again, this comes with the Elite. They have provided a huge amount of adapter support for the sound card. Here is the SteelSeries sound card, and again you have all those options going in. You've got their own cable going straight on in and then into USB, or you can go through 3.5 jacks for headphone and microphone if you want to, which also means you can use this with your phone. I recently reviewed the SteelSeries Raw Prism, and that was one of my complaints about that. Now, it is a budget headset, the Raw Prism, but I wish it had come with these rather than USB, because it would have given you far more connectivity options. But again, this is SteelSeries top-end gaming headset, so they offer all the connectivity options that you need. Plus they actually give you a crazy amount of extra cabling here if you want an extension cable. Which I always super appreciate when manufacturers add in extra cable, so that you're not straining around to fit it all in. I should also mention it does also come with an adapter to go straight into your phone through a single 3.5mm jack. Again, that's good. That's the versatility I expect from SteelSeries, and they deliver once again with the ELITE Prism. So, mic test time. Let's have a listen to the ELITE's microphone, followed by, the ELITE Prism's microphone. Listen to that first, followed by a comparison to the ELITE, and then a comparison to the new budget headset from SteelSeries, the Siberia Raw Prism. This is a test of the SteelSeries ELITE Prism gaming headset without microphone optimization / compression. Test of the SteelSeries Siberia ELITE Prism gaming headset. And very quickly, this is a test with the SteelSeries ELITE Prism gaming headset with microphone compression / optimization enabled. This is a test of the SteelSeries Siberia ELITE gaming headset microphone. Again, this is the SteelSeries Siberia ELITE microphone test with no microphone compression enabled. And now a quick test with the SteelSeries Siberia ELITE with microphone compression / optimization enabled via SteelSeries Engine 3. Again, I'm recording outside at the moment because it's a nice day. I'm just recording these audio tests, so apologies for any background noise. This is a test of the SteelSeries Siberia Raw Prism using its built-in microphone with microphone audio optimization / compression enabled via SteelSeries Engine 3. Well, there we have it. The microphone improvement between the ELITE Prism and the ELITE is, for me, it's noticeable. Hopefully that's come across in the quality of the Audacity recording there, but me listening to it back and using it over the last couple of weeks, the microphone is slightly better than the ELITE's. So, I mean, if you were disappointed with the ELITE's microphone, then, you know, this is slightly better. It's still got a long way to go, and as you heard from the Raw Prism there at the end, that's so much better than both the ELITE Prism and the ELITE, you know, together. These two do sound a bit tinny. The ELITE Prism doesn't sound as bad as the ELITE, so there is some improvement, so credit to SteelSeries, you have tweaked your microphone a little bit, but basically grab the mic that you threw into the end of the Raw Prism, lower its sensitivity a little bit, because otherwise it picks up too much background noise, and put it on the end of this boom arm, because it's so much better than what this is. I mean, I don't know if maybe it's the software doing that to it or what, but I mean, the comparison is crazy. I mean, you can still be heard by this, and it's still alright for basic voice comms, and you know, if you're not crazy about microphones on headsets like me, then that's probably going to be more than enough, and it's definitely an improvement on the ELITE's. But if you're like me and you really want, you know, crystal clear sound, to be honest, if you wanted a good microphone, you might as well look at the Raw Prism over the Elite. So I'm still kind of slightly disappointed, considering this costs 120 odd pounds. You can get it on Amazon for 117.95 right now. You can find links to those in the description. But yeah, I'm still kind of disappointed that at a £100 headset, okay, you can clearly see with the Elite Prism, and again previously the Elite, where the money's gone. It's gone into great sound. So I haven't covered sound yet, but the highs, the mids, and the bass are very nice. This does have the ability for kind of some surround sound through the Dolby Pro logic, which is kind of simulated surround sound. That's nowhere near as good as actual surround, but it's okay. It's not fantastic though, I'll admit. You're better off just sticking to the stereo sound and just tweaking the presets. And actually, if you tweak the EQ presets, you can actually get some really nice audio output from this. But across the board, generally the audio is really nice on this, and it's definitely what I'd expect from a headset at this price range. Maybe a little bit more, maybe, to be honest, a little bit more powerful bass without it getting too muddy would be appreciated, and maybe the ability to boost the volume a little bit past the maximum output at the moment, which is certainly comfortable for listening, but if you really want to blast your ears out, you're not going to get that with the Elite Prism. So yeah, sounds great, comfort's great, design is great, and that again I can see is where SteelSeries have focused with the Elite Prism. Unfortunately, not a huge amount of love for the microphone, but if you haven't watched my Siberia Raw Prism review, go check that out, because the microphone, as you just heard there in that little sound clip, is pretty darn good, and that's for a £34 headset. So SteelSeries, if we see another iteration of the Elites, I would just love a bit of love and attention, seriously, for the microphone. Still is what I'm gonna, you know, hammer on about with this, because the rest of it is a great headset. I really like it. I like the big shape of it. I don't care if you look like a DJ or a Cyberman from Doctor Who. I like this. I'm happy with this. I don't care if people stare at me in the street when I wear them. I'm happy with it. Obviously, you've got that customization with all the colours. If that's a big deal for you, then that's there. If not, well, you can even turn the illumination off if you want. But yeah, I mean, it looks nice, especially if you've got your headphones just hung up somewhere. They'll be glowing away. It looks nice. I guess people that Instagram their food a lot. If you Instagram your computer setup a lot, then these will look nice on your Instagram. So time to give this a score. Well, it's got loads of functionality with all the various options and cable. I like that, again, SteelSeries providing that versatility there. Something unfortunately they don't provide with the their budget headset, the Raw Prism. They have all the various cables, all the different connections. It is super comfy. Again, this is probably the comfiest headset, comfiest ear pads that I've ever worn. So credit to SteelSeries, and they've lightened up the Elite overall, the Elite Prism over the Elite, and they made it a bit lighter. I mean, it's still probably a bit of a task to carry this around, you know, in your bag easily, but I mean, it'll fit in, but it's not exactly travel compact, but it does produce great sound, and the fact that you can plug it into your phone as well if you want to, as long as you don't mind big ear muffs rather, then you're all good to go. So I originally gave the Elites an 8 out of 10, and I'm actually going to give the Elite Prisms an 8 out of 10. But if I was to review the original, re-review the original Elites, I'd actually drop them down to a 7, seeing the changes that these guys have made here. This thing is, I don't feel that they've gone enough to make it go up to 9 out of 10 or something like that. I think it's still happy at 8 out of 10. If you're dropping £120-ish on this, then the sound is good, the comfort level is the best I've used on a pair of gaming headphones. Still, I like the compact mic. I like that you can pull it out and close it. I like the inline controls in the actual ear cups there, and on the left for the mic mute. I think that's great, really good idea, and I like all the cabling options. But I still feel like they could push the audio up a little bit sometimes. I mean, it's comfortable at maximum volume, but it doesn't allow you to really push it. The microphone is the biggest thing still for me. I'm still gonna, you know, go on about that to SteelSeries. It is still, for me, a bit of a letdown. It could be better, especially with the performance of the microphone on the Raw Prism. Okay, that's got its own issues that I mentioned in its review, but yeah. If you're looking for an upgrade from something like the Siberia V2s or even V3s and you want to go higher up and you like the SteelSeries kind of banded comfort design, then this is definitely a reasonable upgrade to go for. If you've already got the Siberia Elite, I wouldn't recommend upgrading to the ELITE Prism. Sure, the microphone's slightly better, sure, the audio quality is slightly better, but emphasis on slightly there. There's nothing really huge and groundbreaking between the two. If you haven't got an Elite and you're looking to get one, I would go for the ELITE Prism. But if you've already got the standard Elites, then stick with them until next year and we see what SteelSeries work on then to potentially refresh their lineup. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Cheers to SteelSeries. Oh, one other thing actually I did want to mention, I haven't mentioned this at all, but it also has an audio share port here, so you can actually share out to another headset, which I've been using these, in fact, well, the white ones, for my Alien Isolation Let's Play series, because I share the audio out to whoever my kind of scare buddy is for the recording, and that's a feature I really like, so thank you SteelSeries for leaving that in. Thumbs up. 8 out of 10 for the ELITE Prism. Do go check out my Raw Prism review in the description, and I will see you all again next time. Ciao for now. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. All links are in the description, as well as multiple ways for you to connect with me. While you're there, why not have a look at the link for Green Man Gaming? They have a huge catalogue of games, both new and old, regular deals that are refreshed all the time, and you can save 20% by using my code. If gaming laptops are your thing, why not have a look at XMG? They have a large range of customizable machines, and you can save £30 off a purchase of a gaming laptop by using my affiliate link and code, also found in the description. So, until next time guys, ciao for now.